What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy A-That's-Aaron, and we are back at again another Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash video. And today we're going to be talking about the new scans that dropped in regards to my boy Team Gojo and Team Geto. Honestly, bro, I really thought it was over for the game, not gonna lie. But of course, right when I'm ready to step away from the game, it drops something to bring me right back to it. So ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go crazy talking about these scans. So enough of me yapping, we're going to cut straight into the video. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves the scans for young Gojo and young Geto to come in as DLC for Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash. And a big shout out to Shonen Games, because bro is always dropping the hottest stuff that I could be able to make into videos, you know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate it, bro, you know what I'm saying? So I'm about to put the scan up on screen, and you guys are going to see both young Gojo or Team Gojo and Team Geto with significant screenshots underneath each character. So of course we're going to talk about each one. So the first one we're going to talk about is going to my boy Satoru Gojo. So for the first screenshot, where it looks like he has that blue right there in his hand, you guys have to keep in mind that since we're going to be getting Team Gojo, his techniques are not going to be as refined as he was as an adult. So of course his fighting style might be completely different from how he was as an adult. Because you got to keep in mind also, this was before he was able to get down the short range teleportation. This was before he was able to really get down red and blue and purple. So we're going to get ourselves a quote unquote raw version of him, which I'm kind of excited for, to see how they're going to make him play, you know what I'm saying? So first we're going to talk about that blue technique. So basically it is his unstable blue technique that we have in the game. So currently if you play as Gojo in the game, he'll put out the blue technique, which will send out a little, like a blue orb that could pull in opponents and stuff like that, for allow you and your teammate to follow up and do some crazy combinations and so on and so forth. According to the scan, it says that with this unstable blue technique, it will be able to close the distance with opponents or be able to pull them in. So I think personally, instead of it being like a little basically like a short range projectile like before, it won't be a projectile, and more than likely it will just bring the person to him, like how he did in the anime. So it'll probably be one of those things where it'll just pull them into you specifically, and then you'll be able to combo off of it. So that sounds pretty cool. The next thing we're going to be talking about is that screenshot of Gojo. Looks like he's covered in some sort of white aura or whatever. So basically, based off of the scan, it's going to be a revival technique that Panda has going on right in the game. So if you guys do not know, if Panda dies in Curse Clash, he comes back to life because technically he's using one of his cores to bring himself back to life. And since Gojo fought against Toji and Toji wiped the floor of my boy at the first meetup, now since he's gonna be Team Gojo, I think they're gonna implement that as like a special ability where he gets to come back to life, you know what I'm saying? And it states that he's gonna get some sort of buff, so we'll probably get like a damage buff, maybe they'll like increase his curse technique recovery speed, who knows? But yes, it looks like Gojo's gonna get himself a recovery ability due to him using his reverse curse technique to bring himself back up. Finally, the ultimate looks like it's going to be the hollow purple that he used on Toji as well. Now, currently in Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash, technically that's not his ultimate for the adult Gojo, but it looks like this is going to be the ultimate for Teen Gojo. Now, I don't know if it's going to be like one of those ultimates where it's just going to be like a cinematic, or it's probably going to be a projectile, but I'm getting more of the feeling that it's going to be one of those things where he has to like be up close to you, activate it, and then it cuts into the cinematic. I have no problems with it. If the cinematic looks beautiful, I'm in for it, you know what I'm saying? And finally, it looks like we're gonna get ourselves an additional map on top of that, because like in that screenshot of Gojo reviving himself, this looks like the map where he fought Toji. Now that's not 100% confirmed, because that could easily be part of the story mode, because in a lot of anime games and a lot of games in general, they'll have story mode only maps. So this could be a story mode only map. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like, yo, we're gonna get new maps. I'm just throwing it out there that it is the map that he fought Toji on, and we might potentially get that as well. Next, we're gonna be talking about my boy Geto. Now, honestly, this is the character I'm gonna be playing with the most. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that I care the most about, because he looks like he's about to be sick. So the first things that we should notice is his summonings, right? So basically, Geto's thing is the fact that he summons cursed spirits to help him fight, right? So far in the game, his cursed spirits kind of give him more of like a mid to somewhat long range kind of combat style, which is pretty neat. But since it's going to be young Geto, he has already proven in the Premature death arc that he can also be good at close range and long range, right? Because when he tore that old man up in that arc, bro, that joke was crazy. So hopefully we'll get ourselves some close range techniques with my boy Geto, because that's what I'm looking forward to, honestly. I want to see him lay their hands down. I want to see him beat the brakes off these people online, because I think that's going to be sick. Now for his summonings, it looks like he has the 2 summonings. It looks like he has the rainbow dragon that he summoned against Toji, and that other woman, that other curse technique that was like a woman who basically made it look more like a domain expansion, and basically was like, yo, do you think I can't remember what she said. Do you think I'm pretty? Do you think I'm strong? Do you think I'm buff? One of the facts. But yes, she's also there in that screenshot as well. So he looks like he's going to have a pretty interesting arsenal, if I do say so myself. I'm going to come back to that actually, because I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on that. Now it says in the screenshot that he'll be close range with long range abilities, which makes sense honestly, because like how I said before, he showed in the Premature Death arc that he is good with close range combat, because, you know what I'm saying, he was being underestimated by that one opponent who thought like, hey, listen, it looks like you're summoning like cursed spirits or Shikigami, it looks like you don't even know how to fight close up, and he laid the paws down on him. So I'm very interested to truly see his fighting style, because I think that's going to go absolutely stupid. Because even with adult Geto, he doesn't really use his own hands to throw the combos. He kind of uses cursed spirits anyway. So I'm very excited to see that difference, you know. Now it also says that Geto will have the ability to refill his cursed energy and be able to have resistance to some cursed techniques. I don't know what that means 100%, but I'm very interested to see how that plays out. Now for the refill his cursed energy, I see that being like a special buff that he gets, because I feel like these summonings that he's going to use are going to take significant cursed energy from him, because like how a Gojo, he is younger and he does not have as much mastery over his abilities like he does as an adult. So I feel like these summonings will be stronger, but I think it will just take out more cursed energy, and that's why they're going to give him the buff to refill his cursed energy quicker, you know what I'm saying, to compensate for the fact, right? Because there's no point of using a character that isn't going to have his cursed energy come back as soon as possible, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's going to be pretty good. Now the long range abilities, I'm very curious to see what that's going to be, because he did go kind of crazy against Toji shooting out them cursed spirits, so I kind of want to see what he has going on there. I like it a lot. And for the resistance to cursed techniques, I really want to see what that means, but so far it does sound like he's going to have hit priorities whenever it comes to his combos and his special attacks. So that sounds pretty cool right there with my boy Geto. Earlier I said that I was going to revisit the girl that he has summoned beside her. Now there is 2 possibilities. Looks like we might get ourselves another additional map where like Geto was fighting, you know, when Geto was fighting Toji in that little house, basically in that thing that cursed spirit summoned, or it looked like basically a house. That could be a map, and honestly I wouldn't put it past them. Whenever it comes to these maps, they are kind of diverse, which I do appreciate. That could be a map, or here's my theory, just hear me out, it could be a domain expansion, right? The reason I say that is because it could be his version of a domain expansion, because I think it will be interesting to see like a reverse, right? Like how adult Gojo has a domain expansion, and then basically Geto can have that spirit come out, and basically it could be its version of a domain expansion without it being a domain expansion, and probably have some debuffs, right? Because honestly, I think a new domain expansion will be able to add to like the meta of the game and give us some good significant debuffs, you know what I'm saying, that could really switch it up. Because don't get me wrong, I do like the domain expansions that we have, but I don't really see a use for that many for some of them anyway. So that's why I'm saying, like, you know, maybe they can switch it up. For example, Gojo's domain expansion, great. I love the idea of it. I think it's awesome. Jogo's domain expansion and Mahito's domain expansion, they're kind of similar to me in my eyes, so it's kind of like, you know, it's not too hot. Sukuna's is not really a domain expansion, it's more of an ultimate, and it's just a one-shot ultimate. So that's what I mean that I say that I feel like if this was a domain expansion, it could really add to the meta of the game, as long as they give some other priorities to it, instead of it just basically being like, yeah, when you attacking here, they'll take damage no matter what. Like, no, like give us a good interesting debuff, like sucking away their cursed energy, taking away their cursed energy and then giving it to the user, you know what I'm saying? That will be sick, you know what I'm saying? Or like significant movement speed and the significant like speed buff for the user, you know what I'm saying? Like something like that, you know what I'm saying? That's just me, that's me. And then finally, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are probably thinking yourself, Aaron, are we gonna get a story mode on top of that? Now, here's the thing about it, which I'm not 100% sure. They confirmed Team Gojo and Team Geto, right? We did not see them say, hey, this is the Premature Death Hidden Inventory DLC. They just confirmed Geto and Gojo. Now, I'm not 100% sure how that's going to go. I think it will be crazy for them just to drop 2 characters and that's it. I think that they're going to probably roll out a little bit more. I do think we're going to get ourselves an extended story for sure. Because they've, they've hinted at that a little bit too much for it not to happen. And honestly, I feel like they're going to really pop off with the DLC, especially since the game was not heavily received well by the audience and the fans. So I feel like they're going to give us an extended story and make it a little interesting. You know what I'm saying? Probably, hopefully it's not the whole slideshow thing. I would like for it to be fully animated with the 3D models and the whole 9 yards. That's just me personally. That's really what I want to see. Now, when it comes to the trailer, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think we're going to have to wait too long for the trailer. Before the game came out, when we got scanned, we got a trailer roughly 2 weeks later. So, honestly, I think we're going to be able to get ourselves a trailer within the next 2 weeks. And then on top of that, I think we're going to be able to get the DLC to come out shortly after as well. So, my rough guesstimate, and truly my rough guesstimate, is that we'll probably be able to get the DLC in June of 2024, maybe latest July of 2024, but I do think we're going to get the DLC of June of 2024, because if we jump forward 2 weeks from now, right, it will be roughly the second to last week of May, and let's say they say, hey, listen, it's going to drop in 2 more weeks, that's early June, right? And if, let's say for some odd reason, say, yo, it's going to drop in 4 weeks, it's still June. So I feel like we're going to be able to get the DLC in June of 2024, so hopefully we won't have to wait that long. And hopefully they do hint at Toji being added to the game as well. Because don't get me wrong, I think Gojo and Geto are interesting choices. I think that those are going to be great characters. But everyone's waiting on Toji, and everyone's waiting to see what they're going to do with the Shibuya arc. So if I was them, please roll out your heavy hitter and drop my boy Toji Zenin. Or correction, Toji Fushiguro. I apologize. So ladies and gentlemen, that is what I got for you guys today. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section, man. Are you guys happy? Are you guys disappointed? Do you guys not care anymore? Just let your boy Aaron know, 'cause I'm genuinely curious. Until next time, peace out.